As I said in the Exalted Truth review, these two new 140s are going to get a lot of high praise from me. They were said to be alternatives to heavy hitters like Austringer, Ice Luna, Palindrome, and they are. They are equals. They're now options. So with Rose, let's identify what truly sets it apart with its combinations, and in the top left, I have perk combinations, the range and stability for the footage that you're seeing. This review, I've decided to do a couple things a little bit different. Happy 2023, by the way, let's crush it together. It's obtained from the comp playlist. You play 3 games per character, get 3 roses. You can go freelance, just play and get them. Don't be afraid to go in there at all, just get your rolls. Rose is designed for PvP. Very little PvE utility, and the biggest thing about it is it comes with a lightweight frame. +2 mobility or +20, small increase to your sprint speed, and this alone is going to draw a lot of players in. If you want to use Rose simply because of the frame, go for it. That's a good reason to. I've been pairing it with a lightweight shotgun, the CQC-12, most of the time. It was a 150 converted to a 140, so it got some small stat bumps, but it's keeping that lightweight strength. High handling. Something kind of interesting happens with it. I view it as a wash. It has no origin trait, not even the default PvP one quiet moment, but instead it has a lightweight frame and it accepts grips. And accepting grips is a big deal. It's just free stats. The base stats were bumped, so now it doesn't have one of the lowest ranges. It actually beats 8 other 140s. Where it gets sketchy is the base stability. The second lowest, and there's a lot of 140s, so it's really low. That's a base of 45. Its new friend in the energy slot, Exalted Truth, has 13 more base stability. The handling is 60, only beaten out by the Waking Vigil, but these two share the same DNA. It has the best aim assist of all 140s at 85, 13 more than Exalted Truth. Airborne's 20, one of the highest stats. So I feel that Rose is extremely role dependent. The thing is, pretty much every role that you're going to get is going to be usable. They're going to put in work, but along with that, even more so, it needs to be a 5 out of 5. I'm actually going to talk about the perks first, work my way back, but with each perk, I'm going to discuss how it's helping Rose specifically, where it's good, where it's bad, tips on perks, then talk about some pairings after. Third column, moving target, very solid on this, M&K or controller. Fast strafe with an aim down sights, paired with a lightweight frame, just feeling a tad faster all around. Really good. A passive +10 aim assist when aiming down sights, so the base 85 aim assist while you're aiming down sights is 95. At that point, targeting on your helmet will get it to 100, and it costs 1 energy this season with the artifact. Or you can place on a targeting adjuster on the weapon itself. That'll go from 85 to 90. ADSing with moving target gets it to 100. And a side note, if you don't have moving target, you want 100 aim assist, you would do a single targeting mod on your helmet, target adjuster on Rose, or you can go double targeting. That's for +15. That will be 100. It costs 2 energy this season, 8 energy without the artifact mod. We have elemental capacitor. It's a sleeper strictly due to it being in the third column. That's what makes it great. Arc subclass is 40 handling, gets it to 100. Void +20 helps the weakest stat, gets it to 65 base. Solar +35 reload gets the reload to 100. On stasis, a faster strafe speed. You have the lightweight frame, and the strafe speed is faster than moving target, but not as fast as killing wind. Solid option for every subclass. Most aren't going to use it for solar, but there's 100 reload right there. It does have pairings in that last column. Slide shot, a love-hate relationship. I personally don't get very excited about this perk. I use it for the other reason. I would much rather have had slide ways. Sliding reloads a portion of the mag, 15%, so it's about 2 bullets. It has a 0.3 second cooldown, so you can't just slide over and over, get ammo back. However, you can cancel it, just like you do with kill clip. Maybe you're rotating around a corner and want as much magazine as you can without actually doing the reload. You would slide, bring out your special, bring back out Rose, slide again, and just keep doing that as you slide each time. But after you slide, for 3 seconds, the perk is active. The first bullet, only 1 bullet, is +30 range, +20 stability. Mission critical. Also make sure you're off the ground. After you slide, get up. Use that 3-second window for your shot, because if you stay crouched or you're doing it during the slide, remember with sliding, you get -20 stability. So the stability that you're getting is negated. You also have more flinch, so make sure you're standing up. I wish that it had sideways, because sideways lasts for the full 3 seconds after sliding. Same magazine return, but for the full 3 seconds, +20 stability, +20 handling. I'm using it for the mag refresh. It's really good on the lightweight frame. But that first bullet, it is nice. Since it's getting higher stability, the second shot's going to be tightly grouped because the first one is so stable. It almost feels like you have 2 shots of high stability. The +30 range is okay. I'm telling you right now, it can and it will get you into trouble. And I'm going to say this multiple times throughout this review. Sure, you can get +30 range, do a little slide, maybe hit 70 to the head, but what about after that? Your follow-up shot's doing 60, 59? You aren't 3-tapping it, like it will get you into trouble. I solely use it for the mag refresh. It's nice with the frame, but with all these pulses, all these other hand cannons around, like Exalted Truth, they will outduel you at range. The first shot of attack is extremely important in a gunfight. I want to talk about some other perks later on. But if I were you, I would be using it strictly for the mag help. Yes, the plus 30 is going to pop up when it pops up, but don't rely on it. Perpetual motion, great for it. ×2 stack, after running for 10 seconds, helps the lowest stat, plus 15 stability. It also gives plus 15 handling and reload. So lightweight frame, you're going to be running, gets base stability to 60, and its best stat, handling to 75. Quick draw, one of my personal reasons to go for it. I've gotten 3 rolls with the perk combination that I wanted. None of them are 5 out of 5. Because you see, to me, even though this thing has really high handling, and you can get high handling with adding in a grip, maybe get fluted barrel, that's fine. But I place a ton of value on quick draw. It's 100 ready and stow speed for 1 second or until you aim down sights. Where's the value? It's right here, as a sniper pairing. The second part of it, explosive payload, which I'm going to talk about in a little bit. Only 2 hand cannons can roll quick draw explosive payload. This and Bottom Dollar, that's from Gambit, and it's void. Not even in the same category. Explosive payload bullet has no damage fall off, so I'm pairing it with a high impact sniper, and that's what I recommend that you do. I'm using Borealis, but any high impact sniper is going to do. Body shot switch over, and it's over fast, similar to what you see with bows. And yes, you can go bow, quick draw, explosive payload, Rose. Even without a sniper, explosive payload, quick draw is great. This was my main chase for Rose. I got it. Like I said, it's not a 5 out of 5, but it does exactly what I need it to do, and it excels at what I need it to do. We have Rabbit Hit, great on a hand cannon, getting stability as you're landing shots, combats flinch. It's helping the weakest stat. My only role is Rapid Hit with Vorpal. Everything else lined up, but I have Vorpal. High range, getting stability as I land, and especially when you're able to go target to target seamlessly with Rapid Hit still up, you feel it and it feels amazing. You're also getting stacks of reload. Great perk for it. The last column, Eye of the Storm, one of the best perks on a hand cannon, period. It is there in every single gunfight, every single one. As your health gets lower, you gain accuracy, and this thing has a massive aim assist stat to go along with that accuracy. It works out great. It starts working even before your shields are broken. As your health gets lower in critical health, it ramps up fast. 40% accuracy cone help, plus 30 handling. Vorpal, one of the lone PvE perks, 20% more damage there. And in the Crucible, it pretty much negates the DR super gets when they're in their super. I wouldn't be going for Vorpal if you're going for Rose. Snapshot, always S tier, especially with Rapid Hit or Quick Draw. There's nothing wrong with being extremely fast, maxing stats beyond with scalers. Like my Rabbit Hit IS Luna with Snapshot, one of my favorite hand cannons in the game. It's awesome. If you get that combo, don't shy away from it. Opening shot, it's always going to be good on hand cannons. The first shot in a gunfight, always huge. So on that first shot, plus 20 aim assist, so it's going to get to 100 aim assist, 25 range, and accuracy cone growth for vacuuming headshots. Now, even if you have opening shot, I recommend you still go targeting on your helmet because it's only for 1 bullet. There are shots after that. Great dueling perk, and you might be thinking, let's go slide shot, opening shot. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't go for that because it will, I'm telling you, it will, if it hasn't already, it's going to get you in trouble. After you slide, that first bullet is going to be max aim assist, plus 45 range. That is awesome. But what about the next shots? At this point, it's just a base hand cannon with its base low stability. Other than that 1 bullet, it has subpar range. And at that point, the truth, other hand cannons will beat it with their kit. So don't put faith in 1 single bullet. Don't do that. Rose has more to offer than that. Explosive payload, S tier. We have Flinch Bringer, the good old better devils. It extends your range out. You can hit corners, you can stop healing, you can stop recovery, it can even collateral because the explosion is there. I love it. It's a great perk on this hand cannon. And of course, rangefinder, S tier. On average, it's giving about 3 meters of fall off. When Rose drops, a usable hand cannon is going to be there 9 out of 10 times. Great perks, but as I said, you have to fully land. The only condition, the only caveat here is the value you place on the lightweight frame. It has steep competition, but because it has that frame and it has grips, that's a new dynamic. Nothing can do that. So it's going to be about what you have already, hand cannon wise, what you think of the frame, and how full the roll is. Like take my moving target rangefinder roll. It's good. It's got smooth grip, and flared and smooth grip are going to wash what full bore did for the penalty. So this is full bore range masterwork. 34.5 meters for fall off. It's awesome. It's going to perform well. I also have this IS Luna, and I like this IS Luna more. It has sights, not barrels. It has ricochet, not accurized. There's a couple trade-offs there. So again, like I would need everything to land on Rose to compare to my IS Luna. You might not have an IS Luna like that, so this Rose is going to perform well for you. And then we take something like Slide Shot Rangefinder. We have the utility of getting the ammo back. It duels great, 34 meters. Got rangefinder, but I love my Austringer. And Rose has things like Eye of the Storm. It has things like rangefinder, not paired together though. And I've just found using Rose a ton with the maps the pulses, the safe playstyles, Rose isn't quite where it should be if you're not 5 out of 5. Now, if we had Anomaly, Javelin, Burnout, Endless Veil all the time, 24/7, only playing Disjunction once, maybe Vostok a couple times, then yes. But that's not how things are. A lot of Rose rolls like don't even 3-tap at the midline of Endless Veil. That's not very far. That's where you start kind of seeing in between the lines with Rose. So when using it with that lightweight frame, with that small sprint bonus, like you need to be in a good location, pick your duels. And again, for me, right now, I don't have a great 5 out of 5. It's gonna be a good hand cannon. All the ones that I've used are great. They are good hand cannons, they are. And it's always going to be because of that frame. But the 5 out of 5 is what takes it over the edge. Like my Palindrome, my Austringer, my Exalted Truth, which, quick note, I believe that the Trials Exalted Truth is a better overall hand cannon than Rose. Rose is going to need a full roll to kind of compare with them, for me. So that's why I value something like Quick Draw Explosive Payload. I think it's the #1 thing to go for if you don't have a good Iceland, if you don't have a good Austringer. But even if you do, like every hand cannon I've mentioned can kind of do what Rose does, but a little bit better. That caveat, they don't have the lightweight frame. But regardless, none of them could do what Rose can do with that combination of Quick Draw Explosive Payload. So again, the value that you're going to place on the frame and what you have in your vault. So even though I do like my rolls, but in the end, I'm taking more range and like plus 30 more stability over it every time with something like Austringer. So what I recommend is that when it drops, it's going to be a usable roll. Even if it's something funky like Elemental Capacitor Explosive Payload, Moving Target Snapshot, use it. Don't shy away from something like Rapid Hit Snapshot. You might just love something like that. Perpetual Motion Eye, Quick Draw Range, Elemental Range. All of them are so good. So with that frame, play with it. Find the perks that you're liking with the frame. In the back of your mind, the perks that you've loved in the past. Go for a pairing and bring up the stats that give your playstyle the most value. And the other side of the weapon is just as important. Like for those barrels, small bore, chambered, hammer forged, and yes, even full bore sticks out. Because full bore, the plus 15 range goes a long way on Rose. You have a grip and a masterwork to try to offset that. For the mag, Accurized, extended for airborne. Grip, smooth is going to be the safest bet. It's a plus 5 handling, plus 5 stability, no penalties. Best overall option. But Polymer, the plus 10 handling is really great. Heavy grip, plus 10 stability, negative 10 handling. Don't shy away from that. Because what that's doing is giving a ton of help to its lowest stat by taking away its best stat. So the stability goes to 55, handling goes to 50. That's a good spot. And a 5 out of 5 can come out on top, like Range Masterwork, Small Bore, Accurized, Heavy Grip. It's not shown, but that's the plus 10 stability, negative 10 handling. That's 70 range, 62 stability, 50 handling. And you still have the perk combinations to go with that setup. Small bore Accurized. There's a ton of good things, a ton of ways that this thing can go, but you gotta land. Some other ones like Exalted Truth, Palindrome, can be 4 out of 5, and they're still mega viable. You can miss on those hand cannons and be okay, but with Rose, like I'm not quite sold. It needs to be fully there. So all the perks that I went over, the things to do with slide, the things to do with quick draw, what that's bringing. Opening shot. Think about the roll. Think about what the roll can do. Play with it. Find things that you like. Maybe you might fall into max range slide rangefinder, max range rapid hit rangefinder. It's all gonna work. I've got 9 of them so far. I've used all of them. So find one that fits your playstyle and brings value to how you play. My personal value is quick draw, explosive payload. That is something it does better than other hand cannons. So good luck with your drops. If you're new here, remember to hit the subscribe button. And if you are subscribed, thank you so much for your support. Let's talk about Rose down below, what your thoughts are. The main question, how does it compare to your other hand cannons in your rotation? Let's talk about it down below. Happy 2023. Thank you for watching. And until the next one, I'm CoolGuy.